Now, Central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region will not produce a serious presidential candidate in 2022. I'm not ruling out the possibility of someone emerging from the Mount Kenya region and getting huge chunks of votes from that region. I'm not ruling out that. But in 2022, we are going to the polls without a serious presidential candidate from the larger Mount Kenya region. But Central Kenya is going to play a key role in 2022 general election. They are going to determine who becomes the next president of the Republic of Kenya because of two things. Number one is numbers. Central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region have the numbers. And two, because of the fact that these guys have been in power and they understand power and they have tycoons who can actually fund a presidential candidate. And also maybe the influence of the outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta and the system. So Central Kenya will still play a key role in determining who becomes the next president of the Republic of Kenya. And all top presidential candidates in this country have actually trained their eyes in Central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region. William Ruto has camped in that region to win their hearts because he understands that the fallout between himself and Uhuru Kenyatta is going to lose. He is going to lose some votes. And Raila Odinga, because of the handshake, is also banking on the support from President Uhuru Kenyatta to win the region. But Raila Odinga has a few challenges in that region. And he has nightmares which he must address. And today I want us to look at Raila Odinga, Central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region, and the nightmares he's facing there, and how he can balance those equations for 2022. But before we do that, if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. But before we get into that, I am a very sad man today that the Cabinet Secretary for Health is going to address this country, but without telling them where the donations from Jack Ma Foundation went to. These donations were supposed to help Kenyans who are affected by the COVID. And again, I'm learning that there is someone who formed a company 2 weeks ago, and within 2 weeks, this guy had actually received a tender worth 4 billion Kenya shillings. And nothing is happening to him or her. The lady in question is only 30 years. And President Uhuru Kenyatta must live true to his words. Let his words be his bond. The president told Kenyans that he was going to fight corruption, whether the person involved is the sister, the brother, or the cousin. So the president must tell Kenyans what happened at Kemsa. Now back to the main issue. And I want to go straight to the points. Raila Odinga is facing a lot of challenges in Mount Kenya region. We all know that for the last 3 elections which Raila Odinga has participated, Central Kenya never supported him. So Raila Odinga is starting from a point which I think in my view is good for him. He's not starting from a point where he was banking on Central Kenya to win the presidency. But he hopes to gain certain votes from Central Kenya. Let me just take you through how Raila Odinga managed to get votes in Central Kenya during the in 2013. In Meru, Raila Odinga only got 8%. That is 32,000. And Uhuru Kenyatta got 384. In Tharaka Nithi, Uhuru Kenyatta got 92% of the votes. Raila only got 5. Uhuru got 128,000. Raila Odinga got only 7,000. So in Embu, Uhuru Kenyatta got 89% of the votes, which is 177,000. Raila Odinga got 8%, which is only 16,000. In Nyandarua, Raila Odinga got only 3,000 votes. Uhuru Kenyatta got 97.1% votes, which is 232,000. So in Nyeri County, Uhuru got 318,000 votes. Raila only got 5,600 votes. In Kirinyaga, Uhuru got 231,000 votes. Raila only got 3,000 votes. In Murang'a, Uhuru got 406,000 votes. Raila only got 10,000 votes, which is 2%. In Kiambu, Uhuru got 90,000 votes. Got 90% of the votes, which was 705,000 votes. That's in Kiambu. Raila Odinga only got 61,000, which is 8%. So in short, out of the totals, Uhuru got 2.7 million votes from the larger Mount Kenya region in 2013. Raila Odinga only got 135,000 votes. So Raila Odinga is starting the journey for 2022 general election, if he's going to run, from a good point from central Kenya, because he's only hoping to get. And because the country was totally anti-Raila Odinga, those counties were totally anti-Raila Odinga during those elections, he can only gain, he cannot lose further. Those who decided to vote for Raila Odinga during that time are likely to vote for him. Look, let me just take you briefly. During that election, Raila Odinga got 135,000 votes. And if Raila Odinga, just using the same records, got only 20% of those votes, his votes would have been 520,000 votes. So Raila Odinga is only hoping to increase that figure from the way where they are to a new level. And the deputy president, William Ruto, is also hoping to retain the votes which Uhuru Kenyatta got. Like in Nyandarua, Uhuru got 97.1%. So the deputy president hopes to maintain that. And even if he can't maintain that, because there are people who are loyal to Uhuru Kenyatta has fallen out with the deputy president, they will not vote. There are people in central Kenya who, because Uhuru Kenyatta will not be running, and maybe because they don't have a serious presidential candidate, will not go to vote. So the deputy is hoping to get 97%. And even if he won't get the 97% of the votes there, he is hoping not to lose much. But Raila Odinga is also facing a challenge. And the challenges Raila Odinga is going to face in central Kenya are several. Number one, the first challenge is how to appease central Kenya. And how is he going to please the central Kenya to vote for him? How is he going to convince the people of central Kenya to vote for him? Because we know in the last 20 years, central Kenya has invested heavily on anti-Raila Amolo Odinga's campaign. So it means for Raila Odinga to convince them, Raila Odinga must appease them. Is he going to give them the running mate? Is he going to make that region, is he going to convince the region that is the best for them? Economically, how are they going to benefit? How is he going to serve their business interest? And we've witnessed this dilemma for Raila Odinga, especially on how to appease them. Because currently, we have the revenue allocation formula debate. And in that debate, the people of central Kenya have taken it as personal initiative, which means Raila Odinga must try to appease them. And how can Raila Odinga appease them without hurting his support base at the cost? How is he going to do that? So those are some of the challenges which Raila Odinga must deal with. And of course, I know in politics, time is always a factor. Maybe still there's time he can use to appease them. But that's the biggest challenge he is facing. The second challenge is the running mate. And this one is not confined to Raila Odinga alone. Even William Ruto is facing this challenge. Central Kenya are coming, and they are coming with the numbers. Are you going to give them the running mate, assuming the constitution is not going to be changed? And if you give them the running mate, how is that going to sit with the rest of the republic, who feels, for example, that Raila Odinga should actually appoint someone else as the running mate, so that to break that chain of the Mount Kenya controlling the system? So it's a dilemma for both of them. For example, William Ruto, for him to win the presidency, he must retain central Kenya votes and, for example, appoint someone from Western Kenya as his running mate. It's still a challenge for him. Raila Odinga, for him to win central Kenya, because central Kenya has the numbers. From the numbers I've explained to you, Northeastern province, which is Mandera and Wajir, if Raila Odinga can only get 20% of the votes from central Kenya, which is 500,000, it's enough for Raila Odinga. But will that sit well with the rest of the republic? Can coast rebel because they don't want, because of the way the central Kenya mistreated them during this revenue allocation formula debate? So the running mate issue is going to be a very big dilemma, because something tells me, if Raila Odinga were to appoint someone from Central Kenya as a running mate, then Central Kenya will have a reason to vote for Raila Odinga. Because these guys understands power. They understand that as a deputy president would likely be influential. And even if not influential, then they'll figure out that Raila Odinga is aging. Probably this person can easily take over from him. So they can turn out to vote for that. But how is that going to be interpreted in the rest of the country? So that's something Raila Odinga has to deal with. Number 3 is the historical hatred. In 2002, Raila was a hero in the Mount Kenya region. For those who followed politics by that time. In 2007, Raila Odinga decided to challenge Mwai Kibaki. So the entire Central Kenya population were convinced that Raila Odinga wanted to take the presidency away from them. So they were convinced and they rallied around Mwai Kibaki. In 2013, Uhuru was now presidential candidate. Again, they were convinced that Raila Odinga wanted to take Uhuru Kenyatta to the Hague and also wanted to... Actually, nimevaa kinyaza. So, the people of Central Kenya were actually convinced that if Raila Odinga became the president, they were going to be forced to put on Kenyatta. So they rallied around Uhuru Kenyatta and voted for him en masse. In 2017, the same thing. And in 2017, it even went further, and they employed the services of Cambridge Analytica. And the work of Cambridge Analytica was to demonize Raila Odinga before the eyes of these guys. So if someone was born in 2002, so waking up 5 years later, that guy is going to vote. And throughout, since he or she was born, the only thing he's been hearing was that Raila Odinga is bad, Raila Odinga is bad. So how sure is it that these guys are going to be convinced that Raila Odinga, whom they've been told is bad, is now a good man? Even on this platform, there are people who believe that Raila Odinga is not a human being. There are people who believe that Raila Odinga is actually a devil because of the way they've been brought up. So that historical hatred against Raila Odinga is something Raila Odinga is going to deal with. And that's why I had a minor command at some point explaining to the people of Central Kenya how Jaramogi helped Mzee Kenyatta, but later on, Jaramogi was betrayed by people around Kenyatta, and that's what and that's what led to all this hatred we are seeing. So unless such kind of education is going to take place, it's going to be very difficult for certain individuals. Because if educated people can believe some of these things, what about people who are not educated, who are only listening to the songs, hatred songs, which were composed against Raila Odinga in Central Kenya? So Raila Odinga has that big challenge. I don't know how he's going to deal with it. The fourth challenge he has is the rebellion against President Uhuru Kenyatta. Raila Odinga is going to go into Central Kenya and tell them that, you know, guys, I came in to help this guy. This guy won the elections, or whether it was disputed. But again, there was the challenge. His deputy wanted to take power by force. So I came to his aid and allowed him to work. Now, in return, you guys need to vote for me. So that's how it's going to go there. But those people believe that the president has failed. So the president has not delivered. So if the president has not delivered, will the president continue having influence on them? So it's a big dilemma. And that's why you've seen President Uhuru Kenyatta of late trying to convince the people of Central Kenya by taking development to those particular regions. And again, even this revenue allocation debate, which is currently ongoing, the reason the president is focused on one man, one vote shilling campaign is because he wants to endure himself to the people of Central Kenya. But as long as there's rebellion against Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga is going to find it difficult. I know, for example, in places where Raila got like 2%, it's going to increase because there are people who voted for Uhuru Kenyatta because Uhuru Kenyatta was a Kikuyu. But if Uhuru Kenyatta was not on the ballot, their chance of voting for Raila Odinga were actually high. So some of those people will still vote for Raila Odinga if Uhuru is not on the ballot. And again, there are those people who voted for Uhuru Kenyatta but believe that Uhuru Kenyatta is a good man. So they'll still follow Uhuru Kenyatta. So Raila Odinga will still manage to get like, I think Raila can get 25%. And if he gets 25% or say 30% in central Kenya, he's home and dry. Number 5 is what we call the William Ruto effect in central Kenya. Central Kenya have a debt. In the entire republic, they are known not to support someone else outside the region. So they have a point to prove. Central Kenya believe that William Ruto supported them, supported Uhuru Kenyatta, but Uhuru Kenyatta is now betraying him. Because of that Ruto factor, Raila Odinga might find it a bit difficult. But unless the president will come to the aid of Raila Odinga and convince these people that this guy, I worked with him, is not the guy you are seeing. It's me who worked with him. But it's going to be a challenge, the William Ruto factor in central Kenya politics. It's going to be a very big factor because assuming William Ruto is going to get 80% of the votes or even 90%, he can't get 90% because even the 90-something percent, some of them were not true voters. But assuming the UDP president is going to get 80%, then it means he'll carry the wave. And even members of parliament will run, most of them will run on William Ruto's ticket. The MCS will run on William Ruto's ticket because, politics is about interest. The politicians, by the time we are going for elections, they shall have calculated that in central Kenya, William Ruto is winning. And if William Ruto is winning, and for me to win, I must align myself with him. So if that's going to be the situation, then Raila Odinga is going to have a very big problems. Because at the end of the day, you need your agents on the ground. You need people who will confirm that the 50 votes you got. Let me just use the Kandara case, where the returning officer insisted on reading the exact figures, while Alice Wahome was actually giving him different figures. So Raila Odinga is finding himself in a situation where he must get votes from central Kenya, but not at the expense of the other regions which has always stood with him. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And again, if you're watching this video for the first time, please, if you're watching it for the first time, I know so many of you are watching it for the first time. Some of you, this past week, so many people who had never watched this video came to this channel and you're likely to receive this video again. Please click subscribe button now, because on this channel, what we do, we analyze politics. And because we analyze politics, at the end of the day, there's something which you pick out of it. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Without your support, this channel cannot be where it is today. Without your support. So I want to continue thanking you for your support. And the way I normally do, mnajua, just help me create interactions by giving the video thumbs up or thumbs down. Share this video with your friends on Facebook, on Twitter, and on WhatsApp. Just share it. But the best one is just to drop your comments so that we can engage. When we engage on the comment section, then we learn a lot. You might give a point, someone disagreeing with it, I give my input, then that's how we can grow together. Thank you guys, and please wash your hands, sanitize, keep social distance, and avoid crowded places. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.